So we are back with the YFC 450. So we got a few parts in. I really just needed the relay for the starter. We've seen that it needed the neutral switch for the neutral light to come on. But I did get the relay for it to kick on at least. So previously we just found that the wiring for the starter button was all tweaked up in here. Here we are with the starter solenoid. This is a newer one. Before it had a janky switch on it. It didn't even have the connector on it. I just spliced the wires back together, put it back in the connector, and then put the connector back onto the solenoid there. So all we're missing was just this relay. It was actually just not working, and we ended up buying a new one. So here is the new one that I got. We're gonna see if this works. Plug this up here. Goes right in, clicks in. And now you can hear it clicking. Before there's no click when I turn the key. So that's working, should be on. I faintly have the neutral light, so surprisingly enough, it does kind of work. I think the battery is just really dead, but it does work, see? It's just super dead. Let me hook up a battery to it. So we got the battery hooked up to it. Let's see. Yeah, so actually we do got neutral light. So So we do got the battery hooked up as well. And yes, it's about to storm out here. Oklahoma weather. We got tornadoes about this time. Neutral light. Actually illuminating pretty good. So really the battery needs to be charged. The new relay worked. The button works now. So I do got the gas off. But we know that it runs before in the previous video. I just want to get that relay fixed, as well as getting these plastics cleaned up. As you can see, there is some fading here in the plastics from maybe like the sun baking it, or also maybe some like stress points on the plastics. But it is super dirty. I'm gonna try to see if I can get to start, because this clutch is kind of acting finicky. It doesn't fully disengage, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, choke it. so clutch is super finicky. See if I can kind of adjust a little bit where it's a little bit tighter. Now it should be grabbing a lot more. Not much play in the clutch lever here, so let's see what happens. Yeah, see, that's a lot better now. Before it struggled to go into neutral whenever the quad was on, but now it stays on. But yeah, we're all good here. So it does turn over pretty easily. Next, I'm gonna put these plastics back together. And then go from there. I am going to use a heat gun for the plastics here. Like I said, the little stress marks or the sun fades. I'm not really sure how they get these, but they've probably just been left out in the sun. And probably need new plastics here after a while. But for now, I could just heat gun it and then probably come back pretty decent. So let me get these plastics back together and we'll go from there. All right, guys, I got all the plastics on. It's raining pretty good, as you can hear. I wanted to heat gun this thing today, but I gotta actually wash this before I can heat gun it, because I can't heat gun it with all this dirt on it. It'll just go right into the plastic. So I'm gonna have to wait till tomorrow. You know, we'll get it done, but this rain is not working to our favor. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. You know, we'll get it all washed up. We'll get a heat gun, and this thing should be good. I'll get that battery charged up too, as you can see. I got the battery taken out of there. Hopefully this battery will charge up. If it don't, it looks like I'm buying a new battery for it. So we'll see what happens. So the rain has stopped. I'm gonna try to do what I can tonight and see if I can get a heat gun by tonight. And then tomorrow, we'll see how it looks then. But let's see how much we can get done. It is the next day. I heat gunned it yesterday. Still has some of the white spots on it. It's not fully gonna go away, but it's it'll do for now. I did get the battery charged up overnight. Here's the battery. It is an oversized one, but it does barely just fit into the battery tray. Positive. We got 2 negatives. I'm gonna check the oil one more time. Oil's full.
Yeah, so we got oil in the crankcase as well as the external tank, so we're good there. Let's see. Starts up pretty easily. That was no choke and it's still pretty cold. What I also wanted to do was, I almost forgot about this chain roller. Here. Needs a whole new one. As you can see, it's totally off the bearing. So I'm gonna put a new one of those on. This bottom one is pretty tight. It should be like that, no play. So really just needs this top one here. I do have a few of those in stock, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that one off and put the new one on. Yeah, that was shot. Here we got the new. Just like that. Roller is on. That's all good. Next, I do want to take the parking brake off because it's flimsy. Serves no purpose at this point because there is a block off plate on this end and it just needs to be pulled all the way through. So we just gotta take these two Allen bolts out and it should be able to pull this whole cable through the back, or up from the back. So I got the parking brake lever taken off the handlebars, and I got the line pulled all the way through from the back. It just kind of cleans up the look of the handlebars. That's just not flapping around, and the cable was pretty loose, and it just looks a lot better without it. Same for back here. I can't push this down a little bit more. But yeah, the cable's gone. Block off plate is there. So, no issues. pretty much all that I really need to do this thing.